In this lesson, you will be dividing multiple digit numbers, and we'll be using a kind of a standard form. When you are taking math notes, please write down anything that I write down, and then if you want to stop the video along the way to either gain understanding or to add some captions, absolutely do that. So our first division problem will be 2,208 divided by 92. So the first thing I'm going to do is rewrite it over here so it's easier to manipulate the numbers. 2,208. I'm going to give myself some extra room. You might want to do that too, unless you're a super neat writer. So as Sal Khan said, the idea of this when you're dividing in the standard way, it's a bit of an art. So you're looking at your divisor 92, and does it go into 22? It does not, because it's much larger. Will it go into 220? Yeah, it absolutely will. So within that, how many times does 92 go into the 220? I know it's not going to go in 3 times. That's going to be far too big. So let's try 2 times, because 9 times 2 would be 18. Okay. So being very careful that we are putting the beginning of our quotient above the tens place, and we will multiply. 2 times 2 is 4. And then 9 times 2 is 18. Little subtraction sign just to remind me. And you're probably wondering, well, don't you just use calculators? Yeah, in real life, we often use calculators. There's a brain training that goes on with learning division that's super important to the 6th grade brain. That's why we do it. All righty. So I'm going to subtract now. 0 minus 4, that doesn't work, so I'm going to need to borrow 10 from over here. And now it's 10 minus 4, which is 6. And when I borrowed that 10, it left me with a 1, which again, 1 minus 8 doesn't work, so let's borrow another 10 over here. I used to hate that when I was in like 4th grade, I think. Hated that domino borrowing. Anyhow, 11 minus 8 equals 3. So now we're ready to bring down the digit in the ones place, which is 8. And we're going to repeat the process. In my head, I'm always looking at the first digit, so the 9. About how many times would it go into 36? Well, it'll go in 4. And then I'm doing a quick calculation in my head. Oh yeah, that looks like that'll totally work. So 4. 2 times 4 is 8. And 9 times 4 is 36. I love the clean evenness of that. So 0, 0, 0. So the quotient is 24. So 2,208 divided by 92 is 24. In this next example, I'm actually going to ask you to pause it and work it out yourself and then come revisit the video. You'll notice that there is a remainder. So 37 goes into 86 2 times. 7 times 2 is 14, so 4 in the ones place, carry the 10, and then 3 times 2 plus 1 is 7. Subtract that out, 2, 12. So 2 ways you can write this. You can write it remainder 12, but actually in the rest of your math practice, you'll be doing a fraction, or you'll divide it out till it's a decimal. So in this case, it would be remainder 12, or since another way to write division is, I'm going to put it down here, 3,786 divided by 37. 37. If you can take this leap now, in writing your remainder as a fraction, you're going to take the dividend, which is 37, And then the remainder, the leftover, becomes the numerator. So numerator, denominator, remainder, and the divisor. So try a couple on your own and have fun.